Hello everyone, this is a 10-minute introduction to AI on human and machine intelligence. Through the 4 billion years of evolution of life, from bacteria to AI, we learned to survive. We stood up, began hunting food with spearheads and arrows, inventing other technologies along the way, and finally arriving at the unknown. What is it that is ahead of us? The present-day technologies, the AIs, are quite unlike any others that we have seen before. Are we heading towards the precipice, as this picture here predicts as one possible scenario? A leap of faith by ourselves or perhaps by our digital avatars? Or can we steer clear and avoid from creating such superintelligence that is beyond our control, a misaligned AI, as it is said, that could destroy us? Or simply just we fail because we surrender ourselves and our mind to a widespread and global misuses of AI that will finally erode, perhaps so slowly that we cannot clearly notice that's happening, our human uniqueness, our dignity, our ability to think clearly and critically, responsibly and ethically. No one knows for sure, but what we do know is that we all want more intelligence, not less. Like everyone wants to have more money, not less, more beauty, more health, strength, and success. So clearly, AI is a remarkable reflection of all such human needs, desires, goals, dreams, wishes, and visions. Like the hunters of old, we seek and yearn for the unknown. The question of AI is divided. We are flooded with films and YouTube videos about machines ruling the world, enslaving, eradicating, or assimilating the human species with our silicon creations. Those are the boomers of the left, envisioning a dystopic human future. On the other side, we have the storytellers, CEOs, and leaders of all sorts. They paint a picture of the future that is increasingly better with AI technologies. Finally, there will be less work, more free time, better health, longevity, and even endless lifespan looming in the horizon. Those are the boomers of the right. Utopia, not dystopia, they say. I say that's more likely we are oscillating somewhere in the middle, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. We need to learn to distinguish the good from the bad uses of AI and invent altogether new ways of coping with AI by our own. This is the broad utopia of the middle, which means everyone's active involvement in finding our own way what those use cases of AI may be that can serve not only ourselves, but the society and humanity at large. But the middle is also a scramble, like anything that we've seen so far. It will not be easy to navigate with the forces of technology that often take us by surprise. The quote in the middle, known as Amara's law, summarizes this. We humans are biased to think that what we can see and understand will be the most significant influences in our lives, whereas it is usually the unobservable, slow-moving and hidden processes that really change everything. This is the famous parable of the boiling frog. The frog that is dropped to a boiling pot will jump out and rescue itself, while the one that is slowly cooked will notice the change when it's too late. Here you can see the prediction that has been made a long time ago already, that the technologies have surpassed the human adaptability. Our brains have not changed in 100,000 years in the least, despite changing climates and environment. But our technologies, they have changed rapidly, and in the meantime have profoundly changed our livelihoods, living standards, needs for survival, and so on. Going back still to the year 1900, the French postcard that you see here is a very good prediction of the schools in 2000. Audio fed to the students' ears is scrambled from information extracted from books uh, by some wholly unknown machinery. And that machinery is currently the large language models of what we typically mean by generative AI. I then asked the Adobe Firefly to imagine what a school would look like in 2100. In the picture on the right, you can see one such result. Do you see any interesting predictions that the large language model has produced? Not really. It looks like a very traditional classroom. There are tables and books, and you can see students sitting and studying hard. But where is the teacher? Don't we need them in the future? And who chooses the books to be read? Going back in time still, the dream of what we tend to call generative AI is very old. As long as humans have exercised their imagination and created fiction, they have dreamed of intelligent machines. Read with me this passage in the middle that says, by this contrivance, the most ignorant person, at reasonable charge and with little bodily labor, might write books in philosophy, poetry, laws, mathematics, and theology without the least assistance from genius or study. The story was written in 1726, describing the floating city of Laputa. I then asked AI to imagine what this would look like and produce this Disney-looking cloud castle on the right. Perhaps the right kind of a vision. Okay, so currently we tend to think of AI as just chatbots of many kinds at our disposal. We currently have not really learned to use them well and responsibly, just creating much unnecessary and extra work for everyone, and in the worst cases, eliminating ourselves out of the equation. Just read these comics that I provided here to illustrate that. Such AI is just a confrontation between humans who did not learn to use that technology very well. This will just add to the costs and overheads of the technology, including the massive environmental toll and impact that it currently has. So we can do better than this. A final thing, I like what is said in this recent newspaper clip. The lady says, I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing, not for AI to do my art and writing so that I can do my laundry and dishes. The right use case here is very clear. Clean up my room while I'm enjoying my creative skills and art. Unfortunately, humanoid robots are still very bad and clumsy in doing precisely that. They will break your glasses and wrinkle the sheets. It has been much easier problem to make computers to write poetry or play chess than to move the chess pieces on the board. This is called the Moravec's paradox. Recall what I said in the outset. Human skills of walking, hunting, or recognizing moods and emotions of other fellow humans have developed throughout millions of years of evolution. Chess, poetry, mathematics, and other such abstract reasoning skills, on the other hand, are much more recent. Our friend Albert here said it well. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. I modify this a little, as you can see here, and we say we are trying to train large language models to think. Unlike humans, and at least currently, AI systems do not do that. That is, they do not think. I leave you with this next slide, state-of-the-art video you can see, and you can check it out yourselves. It shows the clear and present dangers posed by what I briefly mentioned here. That is the possible, but by no means certain yet, intelligence explosion, or what is called superintelligence, and the human failure to use the AI technologies in ethical and responsible fashion that could benefit and not subtract from the common and social good. That's all for now.